this is part 2 of the video that we did before. If you haven't listened to this or the video that we did with the Steel Donut Boys, you should go watch those. They're really good. I like them. Okay, bye.
Alright, so, but that's not the end, of course. Then a mysterious figure is pulling Bishop out of the ice. He's unconscious, but it's...
No, don't worry. We haven't even begun to explain all these dumb characters to you. There's still a bunch more coming.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay. How, are we, halfway into the movie now, or...
You know, that's kind of the weird thing about this movie, where for a while... it really drags, but then there is a good half hour in the back half where it just passes by really fast. I do have to say that.
It's so hard to tell where we are in the time of the movie. The movie's an hour 40 minutes,
right?
And you could cut probably a solid, I want to say 55 minutes out of that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it takes forever to get going, but it did. I was at 50 minutes left, and the next time I checked, I was at 20 minutes left. You know, that section went by.
That section of the movie moves at a decent clip.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this figure drags Bishop out of the ice and pulls him on a sled behind the figure as more wintry, Arctic, barren, B-roll goes by.
There goes the rest of the budget.
Yeah, and they get to another cabin, and the figure pulls Bishop inside, and the figure takes off their coat or something, and this figure is a hot girl?
What?
It's his daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's a Native American girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's hot. And she's got face tattoos, but they're very subtle and accentuate her being hot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's tasteful.
So
no, it's not always tasteful. There's a long sequence where they she's pulling off her coat very slowly, and you see focuses on her butt, and it's I get it, she's hot. Stop.
I feel y'all
Stop.
still haven't convinced.
I hate that movies do this, and it's not even just because of objectification of women or whatever, but because I'm watching the movie for the plot and for the story and for the characters, and I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not in
weird
it
that-
for this.
Well,
If I wanted that, I would go on the internet, etc.
Yeah.
It just seems it's interesting that this movie isn't really trying to spoon feed you what's happening, but they do want to spoon feed you how hot she is.
Oh God. They want you to wish she was spoon feeding
What's
you.
going on? Who cares?
The movie is kind of tonally weird in that way. It's a weird movie, but not weird as in an art house kind of way. It's just
weird.
it tries to do so many
They
things.
never know.
Is confused.
Yeah, they never know what the tone should be.
The director is confused. I think part of that came from, again, the script, or at least the story, was created by the main actor. So he had all these cool moments that he wanted to, get on the screen and act out, be in cool moments, and they all made their way into this movie.
So it's kind of he made his audition reel for future work.
No,
it's more he just made wrote a script so that he could kiss two hot girls.
Yeah.
So he.
It's just kind of no one said scene, no.
Because he, no one said no, and they really should have, because he's laying there, he's unconscious, Bishop starts to wake up, and she's laying on top of him. And she's got her boobs pressed up in his face, and she's laying on top of him, and then she makes out with him, and he in his delirium imagines he's making out with Mara, and he closes his eyes and he opens his eyes, and now he's making out with the actual hot girl, and she stands up, and it's why did that happen? Never gets explained.
I don't think not to try to go, well, actually, but I don't remember them making out. I mean, he is stirring awake, he's lying on his back, she gets again way too close to him.
No, they kiss. He kisses.
Okay.
He's kissing who he imagines is Mara.
Right.
And then she's kissing him and pulls away.
He's having another dream sequence.
Yes.
He wakes up. it's not Mara. It's this. It's
girl,
it's
and
this
she's
person he's
kissing
never
him,
met.
and she pulls away.
So they do that weird thing where like Bishop grabs her and like rolls them over, so then he's on top, and it's kind of like
sexual.
What, Bishop? What are you doing? And it's like, please. It's like, who are you? And it's like,
she's
please
like,
don't
let
hurt
me
me.
go.
Yeah, let me go. My name is Atka. I just want to say that. And it seriously, she's like, please don't hurt me. And it's like, Bishop, why are you weirdly rapey? But then it's like, that goes nowhere, because then he's just like, and where are my clothes? And he passes out again, and it's supposed to just be like,
and he passes out on top of her, and I'm like,
right.
Is this
they're
a
doing that
comedy?
thing where we have to take our clothes off for body.
No, she just took his clothes off because
they were
he
wet.
was injured or something, and wet, probably. But like,
Yeah.
regardless, my question at this point of the movie is: so you can live on the surface?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not inhospitable, because you know, like, people live in the Arctic now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
like,
it's not a
it's
nuclear
not
Arctic.
implausible. Yeah, except these people are living in a nuclear Arctic.
Yeah.
Well, is it gonna come out that everything they thought was going on was a lie? Because
No.
it's like
No,
nothing
it is
lives
a
in the
barren,
dead zone,
frozen
but
wasteland.
then
Yeah, that's
It is
not none of that. It's just not thought through.
It is a barren, frozen wasteland, but this is where I do want to bring up the, I guess, plot hole or something, that they were all like, you know, injected with artificial stuff for them to survive the cold for 4 days without
And then
freezing.
they were all gonna freeze to death, except she's not freezing to death.
But yeah, there's gonna be people living up on the surface, and the only thing I can think of that would explain it, but again, I don't think the movie thought this through, is that like, you know, they've been, I don't know, so adapted to living underground that they can't handle the cold.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't
people
make
who-
any sense anyways, because it's only been like 300 years.
but they only have 72 hours to find his daughter.
Yeah,
to find
before the
the
insulation
humanoid.
gel wears off.
Yeah, to find
Okay.
Ash 393, kill him, bring him back,
Yeah,
and maybe find the daughter along the way.
yeah. Hopefully.
Okay, so
Okay.
Bishop wakes up for real, talks with Atka, is like, where am I? And Atka says, I took you to Quanik's house. And Quanik is just a corpse in the corner on a chair.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
And that
she's like,
goes nowhere.
yeah. He's like, where? Who's Quanik? And she just points, and Quanik is sitting in the corner, dead.
Genuinely.
And he's like, are you crazy? What's going on? And she just shrugs. And I'm like,
What?
what do you mean shrug?
Yeah, genuinely, like, this is the one spot where I was hoping there to be some symbolism or something mystical.
Or at
And
least
no.
an explanation.
Yeah, no explanation.
She's not crazy. She knows he's dead. She just calls it Quanik's house and keeps his corpse around.
Okay. Yeah, so there's...
I don't even know how she's related to Quanik.
Yeah. Quanik is literally just a name.
Is it her
that
dad?
she's-
Is it her brother? Is it her friend? Is it her husband?
Maybe
No
you
explanation.
Yeah. Maybe, Bob, you remember this scene better. This scene just kind of happens, but I do have the note, Bishop, stop touching her.
Yeah, he will not get his hands off her.
Yeah. Like
it's not just like he's holding her, right? But like after he lets her go and he stands up and he starts putting on his clothes, like they get close again and they're like, he's like all over her, but not in like an actual like intimacy way. It's more like the actor thought this would work well and also wanted to touch a hot girl.
Yeah, Atka seems really uncomfortable
Yeah.
whenever it happens.
Like I don't
but-
even think it's the character choice. I think it's like she just
The
Seems
actor just was,
uncomfortable.
she wasn't for it.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
in the script, it probably said they talked at arm's length, and he's like, you know, my arm's length can be much shorter if it's like curled up around you.
Yeah, talk with arm, I don't know, holding her cheek or something.
Yeah, like he's like got his hand on her face, and it's like, what are you doing?
Because that's
Like,
because like
it's supposed
I
to
mean,
seem like tense and emotional, but it's like you can't emote. You're a bad actor.
But also, they've known each other like
Moments.
okay,
Yeah.
because he just woke up. Because for most of the time they know
yeah,
each
so
other,
maybe
she
an
found-
hour.
Yeah, and so now he's touching her a lot, and like their first real conversation with each other was her letting him know they live in some dead guy's house.
And to be fair, before the conversation, she was kissing him. He was unconscious when she was kissing him.
Well,
so like she's not blameless in this.
Like
it's like this all sounds like it should be really creepy, and indeed I did kind of get that feeling, but again, the script doesn't have that feeling. Bishop doesn't sound creepy at all. Every time one of these moments happens, they just have normal dialogue and get away from that.
The movie thinks this is totally normal.
It's just seriously like weird.
This is written exactly like a bad fanfic. Just right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like in a bad fanfic, you'll see somebody like wakes up with a kiss, and it's like, don't do that in real life when you've just met the person.
It's supposed to be like, oh, it's so cute or something.
Yeah, or something is the operative words in that sentence.
Well, this is kind of Rogue. It's kind of giving me like some Fifth Wave vibes.
Yes,
I haven't watched because it's kind of like random.
Hold on, can I do this? Can I do this on your channel? Card in the corner.
Yes.
Oh,
please.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fifth Wave, card in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember to do that. Okay. So, kind of
just
like,
while you're editing this, write it down. Like that's what I do. Like while I'm editing the video, write down the timestamp, and then you'll just have a list of timestamps for you to put card in the corner.
Oh, okay. That would have helped with status update.
Yep.
I'll put that cord in this corner. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, in Fifth Wave, hot guy rescues girl, and instead of like figuring stuff out, it's just like we're in love now kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's got gold.
Yeah, pretty much. He like bandaged her up. Which her wound was like on her thigh, so he had to take off her pants, which is like fine, I guess, because he was bandaging her. But even still,
it's professional.
She was like trying to leave, and he was like, "No, you can't leave," which that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that at length in the video.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. There's some of those vibes here.
You don't have to card it again. Right. You can just leave it.
I'm gonna keep it. Just the whole video. Okay. So now he's with this woman and he keeps touching her, which I think is kind of weird. Atka.
Yeah.
I mean,
she has a name.
None of these names are.
And her butt is down here.
None of these names are memorable.
Me.
Right. So
they're very weird and
not memorable.
Yeah, they're
right.
trying
So
to be.
the purpose of this scene
Right.
is that a bishop is like, I'm looking for the one who took my daughter, and Atka goes, "Oh, you're looking for Ash?" In which point I paused the movie and wrote down, how does Atka know Ash's name?
That's exactly what I was wondering. Why does everybody know he's called Ash 393?
Well,
that's a designation the military gave him. Not a name he came up with for himself. Like if they had said, "Oh, you know David," I'd be like, "Okay, well, he came up with the name David for himself."
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
no.
And, wait, I forget. So now Ash is the evolved Noid with hair.
No,
Ash
the evolved
is the
Noid with hair was a
on.
one-off.
Yeah.
Ash is bald. Ash.
They
looks,
just do that.
Yeah. Is a gray-skinned humanoid, but is smart enough to lead a rebellion. Yeah.
Zach, I see you're trying to do what normal movies. You're trying to piece together this movie the way normal movies do it, where they're like they give you things early on and then you hold on to them until later. Drop anything, we stop mentioning.
Okay.
So like, Noid with hair, forget him. He's not important. Ish, basically ignore him too. Trajan, ignore him for a while. Like he'll come back later, but you can just forget about him. He's not important.
Okay.
The electronic weapon's not working. Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it still cold?
It's still cold.
Yeah, it's still cold.
Yeah,
yeah.
We keep bringing up the B-roll of the ice. Yeah, it's still cold.
Yeah, that happens every time.
Okay.
We don't have to keep mentioning it, but we will because it's funny.
We will because it's most of the movie.
So Bishop's like, "Oh, you know Ash? I need to find him." And
he took my daughter, and he's like, "I've seen the little." Atka says, "I've seen the little girl," and so he's like, "Oh my gosh, my daughter is alive."
Yeah.
Whoa!
And because and Bishop's like, I need to kill that thing, and I'm doing
sorry.
super well at describing the dialogue for this, but basically this ends with, we need to go find Cage. He
Cage
has weapons.
will be able to help you. Cage knows where they are,
and Cage is a new person.
Cage will be a new person. Yes,
that's right. We're like 2/3 of the way through this movie, and they're introducing new characters.
Yeah, that's what I remember. New characters being introduced up until the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, all of Bishop's crew either dies or the Kix just runs off, and so they've got to, introduce a whole new band. Way too late. So yeah, they set out to find Cage. Imagine another B-roll scene. And
more
they
edgy narration.
Yes. So they come to another.
Our daughter is alive. I will find her.
Mora, I seriously, I have to say again, when Bishop just talks normally, he sounds fine. He sounds
like a human
normal.
being. He's like, hey guys,
Yeah.
let's go. It's a mission. Form up. Normal military stuff. But then when he's whispering to himself, he's like, only liars wear smiles anymore. And like other edgy stuff. Like
he just cannot do it. So yeah, they go find another shack. Honestly, it kind of looked like almost like a ski resort type of thing.
almost looked like the same shack from a different angle.
So this is Cage's house. They knock on the door, and a woman opens the door and answers. And she's got imagine Lilu from Fifth Element. She's got that hair.
She's got that hair, and also can I also say, not only does she have that hair, she's dressed like a Playboy bunny.
Yeah, it's weird.
The only thing missing is the ears. Like, she's literally dressed in lingerie.
Now, I gotta give it credit. I gotta give the script writers credit
Don't
for
you
this.
dare.
Okay. I know what I'm doing. Okay. I by stepping into this trap. Not
Be
as
careful.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready. What's happening?
But Bishop is obviously weirded out by this. It's not like they don't play this off as normal. This would be way too weird if they played this as normal.
You gave,
but
that's the minimum amount of credit, and they do fine. Yeah,
Sarah. Okay, so this woman is named Sarah. Yeah, she has weird fake hair and is dressed like a Playboy bunny and talks kind of in a weird way.
Yeah, she's got a kind of stilted dialogue, but it seems like an acting choice rather than a bad actor.
Right.
And she's just really hot. Like she's really hot. So if you're looking for a movie so you can see two hot girls in a 30-minute span, this is the movie for you. Yeah. Otherwise, maybe take a pass on this one. But so she's there, she's hot, and she's like, "Oh, you're looking for my husband? He's not here right now. Would you like?"
She's married to Ash?
No, Cage.
Cage. They're looking for Cage. Remember?
Cage. Right. Oh, okay.
They're looking for Cage
and Sarah. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it'd be fun if.
No, don't worry. It gets dumber and weirder. She says, "You're looking for my husband, Cage? Yeah, he'll be here shortly. Would you like some milk and cookies?" And they're like, "Sure." And then she gives them some cookies and pours glasses of milk, which just looks like milky water.
Yeah.
They didn't have the budget for milk.
They didn't have the budget for real milk on set.
The cows.
Well, either way, it looks like milky water, and they're about to drink some, and then they say, "Wait a minute, where did you get milk?"
Yeah.
And she says, "I made it from scratch."
Oh, it's breast milk.
And they go like, "From scratch?" And she's like, "Yep, from scratch." And then he looks at her boobs. "Okay, you're just showing me boobs now. Stop it. I want to move on."
Can I just say I don't remember this scene at all?
Don't worry. This movie doesn't mean anything. We're gonna stop mentioning the boob milk in a minute here, and it'll never matter again.
That is so. I mean, okay. Nobody has milk because nobody tried to get a cow. They didn't try to engineer cows. They tried to make humanoids.
Slaves.
Yeah. So cool.
I mean, not cool, but cool. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's with her husband. And when did they... Did they discuss it at all? Or was one day she was just like, how about some milk and cookies?
Well,
and he's like,
hold on.
milk?
They do mention, she says, my husband likes mine best.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a selection?
The dialogue...
That's my question! What other milk is available?
The dialogue is written to make Cage sound pretty creepy. Like...
Okay.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be a normal dude.
You know,
and then also, they don't drink any of the milk.
Right.
And they eat the cookies, but they don't drink any of the milk. And I'm like, how did you make the
cookies without? I mean, you're still having some of the milk, kids. Yeah.
So
you still are. With the
so
cookies. Okay.
yeah, so Bishop gets incredulous at being served breast milk.
Yeah.
And he stands up.
I mean,
and,
if you want milk. Not too bad.
He stands up and kind of like, I don't even want to say like, jostles, but kind of like confronts Sarah, and something happens, and her wig
he
gets...
manhandles her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Jostles.
Something happens, her wig falls off, because it's a wig. It's not her normal hair.
She's
and
annoyed?
He's like, you're a humanoid! And
Yeah, but she has other hair underneath.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, she does. And Sarah's like,
By the way,
husband likes blondes best. I'm sorry.
Yeah, every Noid has been caked in powdered sugar to this point. She just looks like a person. She just looks like a white person. So I'm like, how do you know she's a Noid?
Yeah, that's
She's growing hair. She's got normal white people skin, and she's got, from what we can tell, under her skin, she's blushing and stuff. She's not blushing black, she's blushing red. So what about her is making her not a human? She's annoyed. But whatever. She's annoyed. She's growing hair, and she's got breast milk.
Yeah, that's not the assumption I would have jumped to, but yeah. So Cage. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I just realized. Okay, so he's assembling a new team because his old team, they're dead or missing, right?
Yep.
But what exactly are we building?
Okay, so
hold on. Let me just say, you've just asked a question that could be better stated as, why is this movie?
Right.
Yeah.
I just
genuinely, when we're telling you that the movie forgets about so much, like we're not
we're
overstating
not forgetting.
it.
I've seen this movie 3 times.
Yeah.
It's just because
So you remember how I said I don't remember the movie that well? That's because I thought that I was forgetting things. But Connor has notes, and he has not mentioned anything that I haven't remembered.
Well,
right.
So
the movie is so vacant.
I mean,
this movie doesn't remember things that well.
The whole point of this, I guess, right, is to be like, see, Noids are evolving. They weren't fertile before because we didn't make them fertile, but now they're right.
Yeah. Now they've got breast milk. Now they're growing hair.
Yeah,
they've got red blood. Maybe
it's like this is just like Bishop's great adventure in trying to find Ash and discovering that there's people alive on the surface. Or something.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean,
I just don't know why
I guess this does go, somewhere eventually, but we need to get through all of this really unconnected stuff.
Okay,
eventually the movie does get a little bit back on track.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it has to meander a little bit and talk about philosophy.
I just don't know why he needs Cage, because he's like a big super soldier.
Right.
He's got Atka who knows where Ash is.
He needs Cage because he needs to know where Ash is.
Oh.
And Ash is supposed, or Cage is supposed to help him kill Ash.
Okay.
But we haven't met Cage yet. Until now. Connor, segue.
Yeah. Okay. So Cage bursts through the door with a shotgun. Cage is basically an old man hillbilly character. I mean,
and
you
look at him
nonsense. And he says one line, and you know what kind of character he's supposed to be. So yeah, he's like, "You get away from my Sarah."
Genuinely, if there weren't subtitles, I would not know what he was saying.
Yeah, because I've got the note, "Microphone gets real crappy?" ?
The microphone gets bad, and somebody, like the director really, like, I have a feeling that the actor probably played it a little bit more subtle, and the director was like, "Can I get a little bit more? Like, can I get a little bit more of like incoherent coot gibberish?" And he's like, "Oh, you want that?" And then that's how he played every line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Louder and more dramatic.
Yeah. The movie's dramatic because we're shouting.
Yeah. So
he's got the shotgun.
He's got the shotgun.
At Bishop.
But Bishop stands cool, and he's like, "Sir, I don't want to fight."
Yeah.
Something.
I just need your assistance. If you do not want to assist me, we will be on our way. And it's like, okay, fine. And then he says, "You get away from my wife."
Yeah,
and
he gets real close to Bishop with the shotgun, and it's like, one of those things where it's like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And then in one swift motion, Bishop, like, knocks the gun out of Cage's hands, steals
swipes
the gun
it out
away.
of his hands, punches him in the face, and now he's got the shotgun.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Cage spits on Bishop's shoes, like, 3 or 4 times.
Like they make a deal out of how many times Cage spits directly on his shoes.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
To the point where the last time, like, he's about to spit on his shoes, and Bishop moves his shoe out of the way, and he spits on the carpet. And it's like, stop making a deal out of this. This is not
comedic
the time for
3.
jokes.
Bishop gets the gun and defuses the situation, or I guess
he defuses the situation by telling Cage, "You're gonna help me," and Cage says, "Yeah, over my dead body." And then he points the gun at Sarah, and he says, "You're gonna help me," and Cage says, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah, Cage is just like, "No, my Sarah, don't hurt my Sarah."
It took me so long to train her the way I like.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which is the thing
it'll
he
take
says.
me decades to train another one. It's like, Jesus, Cage.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cage is supposed to be like a creepy hillbilly, right? Well, okay, wrong. That was just one scene like that, because then when they cool down and Cage is going to help them, Bishop and Cage are talking, and Cage takes off his shirt, and he has the same Spartan tattoo.
Yeah, he was a Spartan 2.
3.
Spartan 3. Yeah, he was a Spartan 3. Yeah. And it's like, "Oh man, you were a Spartan 3? So like, why are you out here?" And he abandoned. And this is a thing Connor actually had to like stop the movie to like message me and just reconfirm some stuff. Cage mentions that a long time ago, then now General Trajan, at the time it was like Commander Trajan or something. Or no, he was like Sergeant Trajan at the time. He got promoted instead of Cage. So Cage goes AWOL, which, by the way, is like a really stupid reason to go AWOL. But then he explains, Cage had 30 years of field service at the time, and Trajan was just out of the academy. So...
they literally say that. Cage is just like...
I had 30 years of
field service, and him just a rookie straight out of the academy.
And
Guess
he got
who
promoted.
They went with.
And so, and they went with Trajan. And now Trajan is a general. Fine. But here's the question on our minds. So, like, first of all, the actors they cast look to be maybe 5 to 10 years age difference. Mm-hmm. But also, Trajan looks to be like 60. So if Trajan is 60... Cage, who had 30 years experience on Trajan, must be like 110.
It is the future. Yeah.
Cage is supposed to be 30 years older,
but they look
the same. It's a nuclear
apocalypse.
They're making new arms.
He's been surviving on Noid breast milk.
What?
And cookies.
Yeah.
And cookies.
And cookies, yeah.
But yeah, like...
How did they get eggs?
I don't know.
Okay.
The script writers didn't.
It's an eggless it's a vegan cookie, where they take snow and compact it and bake it in the oven. Boom, cookie.
Yeah, they were digging through the wastelands of the snow, and I guess they found some old Betty Crocker cookie mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No eggs required. No
but you do need
required.
eggs for that.
Just add water.
No, this is special Betty Crocker.
Yeah.
It's the future.
Yeah.
Betty Crocker evolved.
Yeah, it's just a small thing, but I really do want to point it out again. Like, first scene, he's introduced. Cage is a crazy, weird hillbilly. Second scene, once, he reveals he has a Spartan tattoo, and him and Bishop, talk about field service. He's a normal man. He's an honorable soldier.
I no longer talk like I did before.
Yeah.
I now talk like this.
My entire character changes when the dialogue does.
Yeah. Now that you know that I'm a soldier, you know that it's not weird for me to be drinking Noid breast milk.
Yeah.
From my wife.
Literally everything that was introduced last scene, you should forget about.
Okay, so
And
maybe
he
it
pulls
was
out
like
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe it's like a defense mechanism. Like, there are strangers here. I gotta act crazy. Like when you act like you have rabies.
He kicks in the door and goes,
Yep.
and that's
crazy.
That's supposed to get the job done.
Yeah.
They
Not
thought
his years of soldiering.
They came up with one character stereotype, then they came up with another character stereotype, and didn't try to blend them at all.
Yeah.
They didn't try to, like, you know how Obi-Wan Kenobi, like back when he's called Ben Kenobi, he's supposed to be like a crazy old wizard, and then it turns out he's not that crazy. Yeah. The reason that kind of works is because they didn't show him being a crazy old wizard first. They just told us rumors that he's a crazy old wizard, and when you get there, it's like, oh, he's actually a cool dude. Nah, Cage is an actual crazy dude, and then he's totally normal.
Yeah, so...
Anyways, he pulls out a trunk, and in the trunk is, like, his old gear, his old, like, Spartan uniform, which he, for some reason, puts on. I'm like, just dress comfortably, dude. You have, like, a big fur coat, whatever.
Just like Bishop, it's like, once a soldier, always a soldier. And
they do that salute
puts
thing.
on the uniform immediately, and it's like...
And now he's back in the same position he was before he went AWOL, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so
you're back in command. You're back in... Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to help... Cage is going to help Bishop find and kill Ash, even though Cage trades with them.
Yeah.
So
Cage trades with the Noids. And he's like, yeah, I'll help you find and kill Ash. Sure. And it's like, no reason needed.
Because he's
I guess Cage is just
always
a
a
crazy
Spartan.
Coot. Yeah, always a Spartan. Anyways, he has the shotgun. He also pulls out, he has a 30-06 rifle, which, Zax, I don't know how much you know about guns. I don't know a ton about guns, but a 30-06 is a pretty pretty chunky round. I sent a picture of it to you, so you have a sense. It's a big old bullet. And
yeah,
right?
It's like a sniper rifle.
Yeah, and it's more like a hunting rifle, but like the end of it is the part that flies out. The rest of it is just gunpowder, and it explodes and sends the round. So it should move at like very, very fast, very, very strong, right? That is important later. I just want to clarify it.
Okay.
So he gives him a 30-06 rifle, and because it's not an electronic rifle, it'll work out in the desert.
Even though we've never even confirmed that their weapons don't work, right? Have we?
We did.
When they entered the woods. Okay. When they entered the woods.
Their pulse rifles stopped working. They try to shoot at the figure in the woods, but their rifles don't work.
And don't they just throw the rifles on the ground at that point?
Abandon their weapons.
Because, like, you'll never need these again.
Who cares?
I mean, you're in the dead zone. It's not going to work anymore.
Yeah, but you plan on leaving the dead zone.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Okay, so a lot happens in the next scene, so I guess I'll just kind of go through it one by one.
Yeah, you want to just go through it one by one, and then we'll go back through and like.
Yeah. Don't try to talk too far ahead.
I'll just let you do it.
Zax, you'll experience this as the movie viewer experiences it.
Okay.
So, Cage is going to help Bishop. So they go to the meeting point where Cage meets and trades with the humanoids, but Bishop has the hunting rifle off to the side. He's, hidden, and he's going to, shoot and kill Ash when Ash shows up. Bishop is watching this. Cage is sitting there. A mysterious figure, again in a cloak with, the hood over the whole head, comes up to the meeting point. And, Bishop is looking at this, and the figure looks up and takes off their hood, and it's Kix. I know.
Oh,
what is she doing back?
Okay.
How does this make sense?
Where did she go in the first place?
She ran away.
I don't.
After she got
I
beat
had
up.
a lot of questions too. Okay. So, Kix starts like immediately arguing with Cage. Mm-hmm. I mean, Cage is wearing his Spartan uniform. Like this.
Yeah. As far as how did she get here? Sorry. Why did she get here? Yeah. Doesn't matter.
It's just surprise, dramatic. So it's like, Kix, what are you doing here? And like,
hold on, did you mention how far away he is? Because like Cage and Kix are having their meetup here, just by some rocks, and like 10 yards away, they're hiding behind another rock.
Yeah, like they're really not that far away.
Like he's looking down the scope, but the camera without a scope can see them all very clearly.
Oh.
So Kix and Cage start to argue, and they're yelling at each other, and Sarah and oh god, I forgot her name.
Atka.
Sarah and Atka are there as well, and Sarah's like, "Is she going to hurt my husband? Don't let her hurt my husband." And it's supposed to be like a lot of dramatic tension is going on, and everyone's yelling, and Bishop's like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?" And then I just have to literally describe this out. Like, Cage like reaches for his weapon or something, and Kix pulls out a shotgun so fast that it looks so sped up and stupid, and she blows Cage away. And Sarah.
Keep in mind, our boy Bishop has his gun trained on Kix.
Yeah. This happened. Yeah, he just let this happen, or this happened too fast.
Just watched it happen. Like an idiot, he hesitates to kill Kix, even though she betrayed him and also tried to kill him, and also is clearly antagonizing the guy he's supposed to be working with, and also is pulling a shotgun on him. Like, you have your gun trained on him. What kind of stupid soldier just waits until he's blown away your buddy?
So Kix shoots Cage, Bishop shoots Kix, Sarah runs over to, her husband.
Yeah, she's screaming, my husband!
Cage is, bleeding out. Okay. He's not looking too good. Meanwhile, while nobody's looking, Kix, this is so stupid, Kix stands up, reaches in her coat, and pulls out Mein Kampf.
Oh my god.
Because it blocked the bullet.
It has a tiny, and it's like a tiny little bullet. And it's like, it got like 3 pages into Mein Kampf and went like, no, this is too dense. I can't go any further.
So that's why she became a Nazi?
I couldn't tell you what,
Yeah, I'm not even going to think about this. This is too stupid.
I'm confused as to what, I feel like this is a point where the movie gets confused about what they're trying to say about Mein Kampf.
Yeah, really. Like, it somehow protected her, or maybe it doesn't symbolize anything.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just supposed to be cool, but at the same time, you specified. If you hadn't specified what the round being chambered was, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with this. I'd still have kind of a problem, because, it is pretty implausible, but possible for a bullet to get lodged in a book that's in somebody's coat.
Right.
But you specified it was a 30-06, specifically a round built to go through tough animal hides.
Yeah.
Like, you can kill an elephant with a 30-06.
Oh my god.
Why is it getting stopped by a flimsy little paperback copy of Mein Kampf?
Just, oh my god, that's one of those sentences you never think you'll say out loud.
You never think you're gonna have to say.
But it turns out that Mein Kampf blocked the bullet. That sounds like a Cards Against Humanity
Mein Kampf, yeah.
created
it
answer.
Really does, yeah.
All right, so Bishop,
protecting yourself from being shot with your copy of Mein
Kampf.
Yeah. So Bishop, I think, notices Kix got back up. I mean, he's still, in his hiding position 10 yards away.
And he's like, what?
Yeah.
She's standing up.
So he goes to shoot her again, but before he can do so, a foot just, steps in front of his gun. And
in front of the sniper scope. And the camera pans out, and there's just the Noid he's been hunting, Ash, standing right in front of him.
Yeah.
He didn't hear anything. He didn't see anything.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Nobody else noticed the Noid walking into frame. Like, okay, I can't even.
I mean,
my hands are up in the air.
Yeah, I'll just keep kind of going through this.
Power through. Just go.
All right. So Ash just steps in front of Bishop's gun, and Bishop looks up, and Ash looks at him and goes, "It was a bad plan anyway." And just flatline delivers it. No emotion.
Oh.
And I got to agree with Ash.
I mean, I agree, but
Yeah. And so it's like, oh shit, Ash is here. Also, 4 other Noids are here suddenly.
Yeah,
Ash brought the crew with him. So Ash and Bishop start fighting. I'm trying to remember how this goes. I think Kix, beats up Sarah or something. So, okay.
Yeah.
So at this moment, you might be thinking...
beats up and kills Sarah.
Oh, right, yeah, she kills Sarah. Yeah.
Whoa.
So remember how they were all introduced and there was a whole... No, they're not important.
Yeah, Cage is dead. Sarah is dead. The other woman, whose name I forgot already, runs away. Atka runs away. Bishop is fighting Ash. And so, okay, you might be thinking, oh, okay, did Kix team up with Ash? Why?
Because they all appear at the same time. You would
so it's a logical thought
plausible.
To think maybe.
Except she's also a Nazi and
right.
That it goes completely against her character. But then no, that's not the case because she immediately turns her attention to Ash, and while Ash is distracted, she tries to kill Ash. And again talks about you humanoids are garbage.
Yeah, you're terrible.
We created you. You don't deserve to have rights.
Something. Yeah, she tries to kill Ash, and Ash is no.
Okay, so she tries to kill Ash, but again, Ash turns around and beats her up pretty quickly. Another Noid holds Bishop back or something.
One Noid is holding Bishop back, and another one is holding beat up Kix.
Okay, I'm just going to describe what happens because this is so good. All right,
this is nuts.
Yeah. One is holding Kix so that she can't fight back or such, and Ash gets up and is being Mad Max crazy. He's got a evil smile on his face, and he's saying some, weird, dumb lines.
Yeah, he's saying that kind of evil guy philosophizing kind of thing, where he's just in ancient times, warriors, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, the warriors would eat the hearts of their prey. They said that it would allow them to see into the spirit realm.
Yeah, and he says that kind of stuff.
And he reaches his hand back, and he shoves his hand into Kix's heart, or Kix's chest, and pulls out Kix's heart. And and Kix just wide-eyed.
Which, by the way, he doesn't need to sever anything to pull it out. It just comes out like an organ already cleanly sliced from the body.
As the life leaves Kix's eyes, Ash slowly lifts the heart up and takes a bite out of it.
And then he throws it on the ground.
Yeah, he throws it on the ground. He's like, I see no such realm. Perhaps it was you who had no...
You were who were the monsters.
I swear, it's so sudden. He's so suddenly, like, crazy. Because then, like, he turns to Bishop, who, again, Bishop is being, held in a way that he can't fight back, and, like, Ash walks up and, again, like, insidiously, menacingly says some weird, dumb stuff, and, like, just has a sinister smile and crazy eyes, and all I can imagine is Nux from Mad Max Fury Road. Like, I live, I die, I live again! Like, just think that. He just turned into Nux for a second. So he reaches up and he starts choking Bishop out. Yeah.
Okay.
And he does. Chokes Bishop out. Bishop loses consciousness again. Bishop has another weird dream sequence.
Yay.
Mara, they're lying in bed. It's cute. Whatever. All right. Bishop wakes up.
Okay.
Oh well, I guess. Okay. Do you have any thoughts about that whole scene that just happened?
I'm confused.
Because now is the time to reflect.
Okay. Well, that was a lot.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't expecting him to just pull Kix's heart.
Yeah, I'm confused about the message. Because if the message is racism is bad, then shouldn't it be we're not so different? Not like...
Oh, no. See, we're getting there.
Better.
Okay.
Oh, we're not there yet.
But for now, he's monster. He's evil. And also...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They just thought this would be really cool.
All right.
All right. All right. So I guess if we're moving on, then we'll move on. Bishop wakes up. He didn't die. He just did that classic thing where
the bad guy chokes you to unconsciousness and then stops.
This is the second time that he's almost died.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then just woken up somewhere else.
Yeah, and been fine.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to go into a debate about, like, I've heard that, like, choking someone out till they pass out, like, just isn't a thing.
Yeah.
Like, when you lose consciousness, when you're being choked, you die.
Yeah.
Well,
your heart
you either die or they choke you just enough that you pass out, and then when they let go, within seconds, oxygen gets back to your brain and you wake up.
So you wake up, yeah.
Yeah. It's always one of those things where it's like, I know this is wrong, but I don't really know enough to like...
Yeah, like, it would have made more sense if he just clocked him in the head.
Yeah. So Bishop wakes up, and...
Okay.
He's in a cave, right?
Part of his dream sequences have been that there's a child that he's like... is like, come on, Bishop, come on, follow me. And, like, Bishop's walking after this child.
That's right, the child that's supposed to be his daughter is calling him Bishop.
Well, she doesn't know her
She doesn't
father
know,
yet.
yeah.
It's in a dream sequence.
It's a dream sequence in Bishop's head.
Well, realistically, it's weird that if the kid looks like anything like it should be a different kid because he doesn't know what she looks like yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
He doesn't even know that the baby is a she.
Well, didn't they say that they had his daughter?
Yes.
Which, that kind of goes back to my whole thing, membership is down thing, because they just found some kid.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, well, the movie needs it to be his daughter, so of course it's his daughter. So Bishop wakes up, his dream sequence involves the kid, he wakes up, and that kid is there. Bishop is in a cave, there's the kid, and Ash walks in, and now Ash acts perfectly fine, perfectly rational. He's the rational one.
Calm, just a very
Let's have
gentle
a conversation, you and I.
Yeah, and it's not even like evil philosophizing anymore. It's just philosophy.
Yeah.
He's just like, some of us were born, some of us were created with, we had mutations, and my mutation was my brain was about as sophisticated as a regular human, Many of my fellow Noids are not that way. Some of us are even fertile now.
Yeah.
He just kind of drops all this.
Yeah.
And it's like,
okay. Nice to meet you.
Why did you eat a heart earlier? Why did you choke me out? You could have explained all of this earlier.
Yeah. Bishop is just like he's saying things like, you're the one who killed my wife, and it's like, but that's impossible. Humanoids can't do that or whatever. But he's also saying those lines exactly how I'm saying it. Like he's not mad.
I'm
at
supposed
all.
to sound weak. Instead I just sound bored.
Yeah.
But
so
don't worry, Zax. This movie's about to do something even stupider.
Yeah. So Ash destroys all of Bishop's assumptions with facts and logic.
Mm-hmm.
He just
he Ben Shapiro's him.
No, yeah. So he's like, I was not the one who killed your wife. It was the government. They
Surprise!
And then we see another flashback
to
when his wife died. This is now the third version of this event that we're seeing.
Yes, this is the true version.
And what we see is, it turns out Mara, his wife, found out that the Noids were evolving in this way, and she was secretly a Noid activist. And so she was hiding these mutations so that she could eventually, go public with it once it was all, basically, they're basically people, we need to stop enslaving them, that kind of thing. The government finds out about her research, and they send a hit out. And so General Trajan is there. He's personally killing people in this lab. The Noids are defending the people. So I guess the two previous versions that we saw, which were both security camera footage,
were fabricated.
Both fake. They were fabricated in different ways.
Wait.
And the Noids are killing the soldiers, and Trajan is the one who shoots Mara.
Oh.
And the thing that messes this up the most is that in this flashback, there are occasionally quick shots from the security camera.
Oh my gosh.
And Trajan is there on
in
camera.
The footage.
So it's...
So they definitely somehow doctored the footage twice.
Yeah.
So...
It's beyond...
5 years ago, he saw doctored footage. Then, before the mission, he saw different doctored footage. Now he's seeing... Is he seeing the real footage, or are we seeing the real footage?
Well, I mean...
I don't even remember.
Ash... No, he's not seeing the footage. Ash is, telling him what happened.
And we're seeing what really happened.
Right.
But we still see three different versions of the same event.
Right. It's like some movies do this where something bad happened and the footage was edited to hide the truth, but this is beyond reasonable doubt of how did you just filmed something different
this is just lying to the audience.
This is just dumb.
And it's just lying to
this
the
audience.
This is the
movie
also,
lying to you. Yeah.
This is the first time in the movie that I noticed this. Maybe they show it earlier and I just didn't see it. But we see very clearly Mara laying there bleeding out. And so the actress isn't pregnant during this shoot. So they have a fake baby bump underneath her lab clothes. But then they were also we need her to have a little, a blood splat thing to appear. So we're just going to hide the blood thing in the baby bump. So the shot is apparently going through the baby bump. But then it's where's the baby?
Yeah.
Because if the bullet goes through there, that's a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Well, this movie didn't care about a lot of
it's
things, I guess.
Wow.
So,
okay, go ahead.
I just, this is still a lot. I'm trying to,
process,
Yeah.
The next thing is about to add a lot more, but
you're going to process some more in a minute.
Yeah, I'll let you ask your questions now. Yeah.
So are they implying...
I'll let you.
Are they implying that Mara is so much of a Noid activist that she hides it from her husband. Because apparently he didn't know.
Yes, he didn't know. She's such a annoyed activist, she hid it from her husband, whose job is to go out there and kill, fugitive noids.
Like, that wasn't ever going to come up.
Well,
like, one, it was never going to come up.
No.
Two, it was never going to be the kind of thing where you say, hey, maybe don't kill me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that wasn't ever going to come up where she was like, hey, I'm like an activist now, so...
That's
like,
the best
I'm
cover,
secretly an
isn't
activist.
it?
You could help me from the inside. I love you. You're my husband. Please understand that I'm a scientist and I've recognized this thing.
Yeah.
You should follow my instructions instead of your commanding officer. No, he didn't know at all. This was a total secret.
I have to imagine that the two of them go to work their jobs, come back home, and don't have like a single conversation. Instead, they just lay in bed being cute, looking at the hologram.
Yep.
They don't.
That's all we ever
That
see
is
of
the
them.
only flashback, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't talk at all. No.
So no.
I think it's probably like anything interesting happened at work today, and she's like, don't talk to me about work. And he's like, yeah, I get it. And then they go lay down in bed and look at the hologram.
Okay, so Ash is like, hey, we're not so different. Yeah, when you first saw me, I did a lot of violent, not
no, he doesn't
very
even
civilized.
bring that up.
He doesn't even bring it up. The movie ignores it. Like,
Yeah,
it didn't happen.
Like, it didn't even happen.
So it was just like, we've got a quota of bad action scenes that we need to give you. And so it doesn't matter if they.
I don't think it. No, I don't think. I think they thought it would be dramatic.
Okay.
And they forgot that characterization happens when we watch a character do things.
Okay, they thought it was just like the
They
timer.
thought we were just. Yeah, we thought we were just gonna forget.
Yeah, the timer doesn't start till we hear words. Okay, got it. So he's like, we're not so different, you and I, and you can't trust them because he killed your wife, not me.
Yep.
And now
she gave me this thing.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember her by.
Yeah, so if
Wait,
that
so was Mara with Ash too?
Mara's dead.
Mara's
I know
dead.
she's dead. But
The child is with Ash.
Oh, the child is with.
Yeah.
Okay.
The child, which, by the way, the child is named Alucia?
Yeah, like think Alicia, but like instead of an I, a U.
Alicia.
I always do that. Like, there's an Alicia at work, and like once on complete accident, without even thinking about it, I called her Alicia, and then I'm like, why did I do that?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you called her Alicia. And I
Alicia?
was like,
No,
why
no.
is that a thing that happens
No,
in your life?
I would have to exile myself in shame if I ever did that. So yeah, Ash explains all of that, and I think Bishop was like, I don't believe you or something. So Ash is like, if you don't believe me, would you believe your wife? And he gives the the hologram necklace pendant over, and he's like, come on, Alucia, leave him be, because there's a new memory, there's a new recording on this, and this is so dumb. This only makes sense in this exact situation. If this was viewed by any other person at any other time, this would not work. But it's okay. So he starts the recording, and it's Mara, like after she's been shot, and I guess after the baby was taken, but before she died. Question mark? Because like, geez, like this speech is kind of long. Like, I didn't know you had that kind of life in you. And also, it's so weird to imagine, like, I don't know, if this was recorded on the necklace and then Ash took the necklace, did Ash just like stand there with the hologram camera like a vlog, like just
He was just hanging out. He was waiting.
Going, yeah, go ahead, you're in focus. Yeah, go ahead. Like this. I don't know, just imagining this is really stupid. But, so,
Watching
Mara,
it was pretty stupid, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mara dying and talking to the recording, hoping that Bishop is the one listening. It's like, Bishop, the humanoids aren't the bad ones. We need to set them free. You need to set them free. Yeah. I don't really have many notes about what she says.
It's fine,
yeah, it's just, you need to set them free, please. They're not bad. Who cares that they led a rebellion? Just forgive them.
So now, how much time is left in the movie? Is this the resolution, or are we starting
it actually is leading toward the ending. They actually do.
This is about where the movie gets back on plot.
Yeah, the movie actually does at this point kind of go like, oh crap, we need to start wrapping up, because Bishop sees this recording, and he just forgives Ash. They're just cool now.
Oh, sweet.
So
he's like, "What? My job was to come out here and kill you."
So Ash is talking with Alicia, which, by the way, even the child says nothing but bad
one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And she sounds so robotic.
She also doesn't look 5.
Yeah.
She looks like 10.
Oh.
Why can't anyone in this movie speak like a normal person?
Because the person who wrote it wasn't a normal.
So Connor, question. And maybe I'm misremembering this. Is this actually his daughter?
It's Bishop believes it is.
Because I got the impression that they were trying to imply that because the Noids are capable of reproduction now, this isn't his daughter.
Well, that's why I was asking if Mara was with Ash.
And then also,
I guess
she got shot in the baby.
But they took the baby.
Oh, right, in the baby.
But we never saw them take the baby.
In the real version.
You got me in the baby.
I thought Ash said something like, Ash said that Mara wanted him to save the child.
Right. I thought the point of that was she wanted him to save the child because she's the first born Noid.
I don't think it was implied at all that Ash and Mara made the baby.
Because I watched the movie 3 times and I got that vibe every time.
Oh.
Maybe I just misunderstood the first time and then it reinforced itself.
I mean, Bishop in the dream sequences has this vision of this child despite never meeting her before.
Yeah.
And then the child is the one from his visions. I guess there's no line that 100% directly says, "You are my child." Yes,
no,
Father,
I was under the impression that
baby.
it was the other way around. There was almost a direct line that she wasn't his daughter. Because he leaves her behind. He doesn't take her with him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that does better explain why he, I figured that him having, no attachment to her was just, again, the movie forgetting and just not bothering, But, maybe... I don't know, I don't want to... let's not fight in front of the kids, Bob. So, okay. Alicia... Why do I... Huh, funny, I keep forgetting the names of people who are only introduced.
Her name isn't Alicia, it's Aluxia. There's an X instead of a C. I looked it up on IMDb.
What is this for Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Aluxia. Okay, that explains why, I don't know. It sounded weird every time, but alright. She and Ash have this short conversation about, oh god, did I write it down? Oh yeah, I did. About this mystical place called Selegna Sol, where it's not permanent nuclear winter, where there's,
it's only temporary.
Where there's life and it's warm, and Ash promises that they're going to get there one day. So of course they're about to depart there, but So Bishop walks over and he's like, all right, Ash, I forgive you. Okay. Yeah, humanoids should be set free. I'm going back on all of my principles because my dead wife in her sick vlog told me so. Mm-hmm. I just have the note, Ash waxes so poetic. I didn't actually write down any of the dialogue, but so poetic is in all caps, so I guess if you watch the movie on our recommendation,
it's so poetic.
Look out for that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually do have something. This is really dumb. And this basically comes out of nowhere. So Ash is talking about, going to Selagna Sol, and Bishop's like, but nobody who has looked for it has ever come back. And Ash is like, if you found even a single shred of beauty, would you return to the place you are from?
That's fair.
Yeah, but he says it basically like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was with him.
I literally I pulled up the movie on my other monitor and just hit that scene, and that is an incredible impression of the guy.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good impression.
Oh, I get. Okay, so Bishop's like, so how do you know where this place is? And the movie doesn't focus on this at all, but apparently Mara hid the coordinates of Selagna Sol in Ash's DNA.
Oh my gosh.
And that is pretty much just stated directly like that and then not followed up on at all.
Yeah, that's word for word what he says.
Which
Again, I just pulled
begs
it up on
the question, how does Mara know where Selagna Sol is?
Yeah, how does she know? How does she know how to put it in the DNA?
Either she
How
went
is
there,
he supposed to get access to it?
Either she went there and then came back, or ruining his whole metaphor, or she knows by some way that I'm really interested in now.
Yeah.
Because she's an activist.
There's like a whole plot thread implied by that's way more interesting than this.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, hit the coordinates and DNA. But if you thought the science being bad was done, no. They're going to give you a second serving, and this is great. All right, so Bishop is going to let Ash and Aluxia and the other humanoids go out on their quest. He's not going to kill Ash, but he's like, but wait, I need to bring you in dead. What am I going to do about that? And Ash is like, I knew this would happen, so I made preparations. Follow me.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I was also looking at the movie real quick. He says specifically, she begged me to take the baby, but it was too late. So it's not his kid.
Okay.
Which means that none of this, all the daughter stuff is BS. None of it matters.
Unless
what you're hearing from me is not sadness, but almost like disappointment in real time. Because it's like, wow, then that meant even more of this movie was a whole lot of nothing.
Uh-huh. You remember how in Fallout 4, you're supposed to be going out there looking for your son Sean for the whole game, and then spoiler alert, you finally meet Father, who's like an old man running the Institute, and he's Sean because he got pulled out of cryostasis way earlier than you, so he's much older than you, even though he's your son. It's like that, only much stupider. Much stupider.
Yeah, because
this is a Noid baby.
Because if that were his child, then maybe, the movie could have done something with, that is my child, but she deserves to find Selagna Sol and have happiness and not know the terrible place that I am from. The terrible underground base.
Yeah, I wish I could be her father, but I have to go back and you take my daughter.
No,
it's heartbreak for me. No. Nothing poignant like that. Nothing interesting like that.
Well, this is my kid. Oh, hi, kid.
Bye.
The only possible reason I could see because the government knew of the existence of this child.
Yeah, the government knew of the existence of a baby.
So the only thing I can think of is they somehow knew that there was a Noid baby and wanted to, like, cover it up, so they were sending him to kill Ash or whatever. But, like, how did they know?
Well, they knew the same way they knew well enough to go in and kill Mara, right? Like, they sent in a team to kill Mara and whatever. So I guess at that time they saw a baby. They were like, oh, look, a baby.
And then
But also they didn't take the baby. They let Ash take the baby. And then they let... No, wait.
You ever, like, had something that you thought was a mystery and you were, like, kind of intrigued to know the answer, and that's obviously much stronger feelings than I had toward this movie, but you ever have something like that and then it turns out to be a very simple explanation, and that kind of ruins the...
I mean, it's a simple explanation, but at the same time, it's also very stupid.
I know, but this, like I said, this explanation takes away so much, like,
the first
character drama. And,
the first thing that happened, the first thing we saw of Mara getting killed. Take one, Mara gets killed, baby gets killed. That's what our boy Bishop believes. Right. Take two... They faked the footage. Now he delivers the baby and steals it and runs away. Take three, we find out, no, he didn't. The baby's dead. He took a different baby.
Yeah.
So when they decide, okay, we're going to kill Ash 393, they pull Bishop out of... Like, they get Bishop, and they say, we're going to send you on this mission. How are we going to convince you to go on this mission? We're going to convince you that we lied to you the first time.
Yeah.
But also, why do they want to kill Ash?
I mean, he's the leader of the humanoid rebellion.
Except all he wants to do is leave for Selegna Sol. So why is he attacking anyone?
I don't...
Well,
I don't know. Why was he crazy in that one scene?
Maybe what happened was he was totally crazy, right? Like, Mara died. He took the
drove him crazy.
That drove him crazy. Chokes out Bishop. Sometime while Bishop is unconscious, he goes, "Oh, jeez, I snapped out of it." And now he's fine.
Wait, this is Mara's husband. How did he know he was her husband? Also.
He had the thing, the little hologram thing.
Did it say...
So I assume it had the marriage thing, the wedding thing. Because that's all they ever look at in bed. They don't even watch, like, Breaking Bad on Netflix. They got nothing. They have no memories.
They
That's their only memory.
Looked up the movie streaming that was available on their hologram Netflix, and there was a movie on there called 2307 Winter Stream.
And they said,
they started watching it, and then it was like, wow, this is terrible. Turn it off. Cancel the service.
Yeah.
Okay, so this movie is just the ultimate, like, oh, I guess this is the plot now. Oh, I guess this is what we're dealing with now. Oh, I guess this is how the characters are interacting.
Every time it's a step down.
And it's not even a twist. It's not like, oh, the plot is developing and twisting and whatever. It's just different.
It's just a different thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So
let's finish this up.
Right.
Wow.
So
I'm very...
So yeah, Bishop's like, but I need to bring your body back. And Ash is like... I've got a solution for you. I've got a solution.
And they dig out of the snow a frozen corpse.
Yes. So
and he says,
now they're
bring
outside.
this body back. It has my DNA.
What?
And I'm like, what? You made a clone out here?
Also, if it has your DNA, can't they just find you in wherever paradise place you're going?
Well, I mean, they're gonna scan the body, see it's Ash's DNA, go, yep, he killed Ash, and then
leave it
obviously
at that.
Not think
course.
Ash is alive. I mean, I can see where, this plan is, but...
I see where the plan is. I don't understand how he did it.
Right. Well, okay. The movie Ash dropped some science on you. And I took screen caps of this, so I'm going to read this line. This line is the explanation from the movie. Ash says, I induced DNA synthesis through epigenetic reprogramming of my own embryonic stem cells. Once symmetric infusion occurred, his DNA became identical to mine.
What?
Oh.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a biologist, so...
Yeah. He said a lot of big words, therefore that made sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sci-fi.
That's how that goes. Yeah.
Generally speaking, I don't... You know what? You got me.
Yeah.
You got me. That's how it works.
Yeah, we gave this movie a lot of flack, but there's...
They got
They
us.
are capable
got
of
us.
using big words. We can at least say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many big words do you know?
Like, one.
Like, I know, like, maybe one. I only know that one from what I just heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of it went in one ear and out the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know
Did I ever
hoorah.
let me tell you just a real quick thing. Over the Thanksgiving break, you can cut this if you want. Over the Thanksgiving break, my mom was talking about how Dave and I are good at math. Like, my brother and I are good at math. And I said, I don't know. I don't think we're that good at math. Like, Dave, what's the biggest number you know? And he goes, I don't know, like 502 or something. And my mom just shook her head so angrily.
She wasn't even like, oh, you guys. She was mad.
She was mad.
She was like genuinely like, no, my sons, my boys have been corrupted by phones.
What? Like, he didn't even pause. I was just like, what's the biggest number you can name? I don't know, 502 or something.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the story.
That's
I'm
good.
keeping it in. Okay.
right.
Okay. All right.
So he's okay. So they're gonna. This movie is like.
So he's gonna drag the body back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. This movie and like I think we're not done yet, right? Okay. So
We're close, though.
We're not done
close.
yet. We're getting close.
But I feel like you guys have told me like 27 different movies because
Yeah.
now we're doing like a big switcheroo, and
This movie is
Again,
everything and nothing.
Again, this movie's an hour and 40 minutes. There's a solid 55 minutes of the movie that is just B-roll of him walking through the ice, right? The rest of the movie moves so fast.
Wait, flashbacks.
Yeah,
And
flashbacks,
dream sequences,
B-roll, dream sequences. But then the rest of the
CGIs.
movie is like, we gotta go, we've got too much plot here.
Oh
Yeah.
my
They really could have
gosh.
stretched this out over a trilogy even, but I mean, what would they title the second movie?
Breast milk.
Hey man, have you seen?
2307 breast
Milk.
milk.
Wow.
2308.
I don't like this. Oh, it's
uh,
next year, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
So he's gonna
moving
drag
on.
the body back.
Yeah, Bishop takes the fake corpse and starts going back the way he came. Meanwhile, the humanoids, their group, start walking off into the distance.
Yep, including the little girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then Bishop is, walking back by himself with this body. I have a note. So many wintry montages.
Yeah, because there's nothing to show in between. There's no characters for him to conflict with anymore. They're all dead. And like, there's nobody else for him to interact with. There's no plot. There's no animals. He's just walking. It's Death Stranding. He's just carrying a body across a wintry hellscape.
Yeah. So eventually,
I'm still excited for Death Stranding on PC.
yeah. So eventually, he gets back to that narrow bridge.
That
over
crevasse.
The crevasse. So I guess I will say that scene that went nowhere before
Right.
was establishing this.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, sure. So okay,
Hold
now
on, real quick. the body's on a sled.
Yes.
Right. He's got it on a rope. He's been dragging it. If you need to cross a narrow bridge carrying a body, how would you do it?
Okay, is this one of those like word problems? Like
No.
the chickens and the fox?
No. Yeah, you leave the body on one
Yeah.
side and the fox on the same side. The fox is gonna eat the body. But no, okay, how would you carry, like, what would be your carrying method? Or how would you send the body over?
I think I'm taking the body off the sled and I'm carrying it over my big soldier body.
Okay. Because he carries it like,
Does
he
he
carries
dangle
it
it
kind
off?
of bridal style.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
All right, that's
Like-
kind of what I pictured, like over the shoulder, but okay.
Over the shoulder makes a lot more sense, because it's closer to your center of gravity.
Yes.
He's carrying it in front of him in the weakest possible way for his arms to be holding it over a bottomless pit.
I've never seen this movie before, so I don't know what he looks like. But does he have like huge biceps? Like
No.
he's just like
Nah, he's
do,
just kind
like,
of scrawny
arm-
Indian dude.
Yeah.
curls? No.
He's
Okay.
normal.
All right.
He's
So
just a normal Indian dude.
this is a bad plan. Gotcha.
This is I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how many better plans there are, but this is not a good one.
Okay.
Right.
At the very least, he could strap it to his back
Yeah.
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 or carry it over his shoulder. By the way, even though they're trying to make it seem like this is very difficult, the body clearly has very little weight. It just looks like it's maybe stuffed. It's like a paper mache.
Maybe
Mum.
like a CPR kind of deal.
No,
Right.
no, CPR dummies
Right.
are still like 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
This thing looks like it weighs like maybe 10.
Okay.
Right. We're
And
not.
he's like,
yeah.
"Ah! Ah!" But like it's not really. It doesn't look that difficult. to
Yeah.
track.
We're not trying to like build up towards something dramatic. We're just being incredulous because he gets past the bridge fine.
Yeah,
Again,
actually.
like no tension really. So he gets past the bridge, and he decides to call General Trajan
Because
I
now
guess.
he's out of the dead zone, so his electronics will work again. So he hits up, he pulls out his like wrist communicator thing, beep boop beep boop, pulls up a little hologram of Trajan, and we've never seen him use this hologram technology before. But fine, whatever.
No. He does try to call Trajan for evac.
That's right.
When they leave Ishmael behind in the shed, so
That's right.
he does try to do this.
Okay,
before.
fair enough.
So he calls Trajan, and Trajan answers, and his hologram on his wrist, and is like, "Bishop, did you complete the mission?" And Bishop's just like, "Yeah, General, yeah, General, I did." And I'm just gonna kind of recall the conversation how I remember, because this goes too fast as well. The general's just like, "You're gonna be a hero back in the bunker, Bishop," or something, and Bishop's just like, "Sorry, Commander, but that's not for me." And it's like right then that all of a sudden Trajan, it's like Trajan just knows everything Bishop is like
Has just gone through, yeah.
Yeah, because Trajan tries to betray Bishop almost immediately.
Yeah, literally, within seconds, he's like, "No, that's not for me," which could just be him being modest, but Trajan's just like, "Yeah, you're a loose end,
Yeah.
Bishop. I can't let you be wandering around with what you know." And it's like, well, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, Trajan follows up with Bishop saying, "Sorry, General, that's not for me," with you know where the humanoid
know where the noids are.
camp is. You better tell me, Bishop. And it's like, oh
He,
God,
threatens
this is
him.
going fast. Yeah,
And then immediately, a bunch of soldiers pop out from behind snowbanks.
a bunch of soldiers pop out from a snowbank, like they were waiting here.
In the cold for Bishop.
Once again, this only makes sense with how the scene goes. Imagine Bishop doesn't try and call Trajan. Imagine he just keeps walking, and the soldiers are.
He doesn't make it back.
Yeah, the soldiers are just waiting. So
Sir,
when-
he's
when
supposed
was
to be back.
Bishop gonna arrive?
Is he coming back? Whatever. I guess just come on home. What
Yeah.
are you supposed to do?
I've got the line written down. Yeah. So the people come out, and Trajan says, "I figured you'd be dead by now." Which, once again,
So
dumb.
why did you send him out there?
Yeah.
What was your plan? Was he wasn't a loose end when he was just a junkie in the club. You could have just let him go.
Yeah, like he was following your orders, trying to find Ash and kill Ash.
I don't.
Okay.
Either way, so like now Trajan, even though he was on a wrist communicator, now he like pops off the wrist communicator and he's a hologram, life size, standing in front of him. And I was like, why? Why is this happening?
Intimidating.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of soldiers, and just
pointing
like
their guns at him,
like a person-sized hologram of Trajan there, and like Bishop looks at all of them, and he says something like it's like, I'm sorry, I know, but it's like Trajan says something about like, even if you don't say it now, we could still find where they lived. We could pull the memory from your Helix recorder. Like, again, it's bad technology, but like the Helix recorder we implanted in your spine or something like that. And so, but Bishop is like, well, he'll never get it if it's all destroyed. And he pulls out a grenade and holds it to his head. That doesn't activate it. Just like takes himself hostage. But I am going to send a screen cap of what this grenade looks like.
Okay. It looks so dumb.
Because
is it futuristic?
This is the worst example of they didn't even try. Yeah. Okay. Look at that.
You know what that is? That's a camera lens.
Yeah, that's just a camera lens.
Yeah.
That's the grenade. It's just a camera lens.
Oh my gosh.
They just put some duct tape on a camera lens.
So okay, wait. So they're like, in case you're lying to us, we can find out everything because we put stuff in your spine. And he's like, well, I'll just blow in your brain.
Yeah, in your brain. Yeah, like, we'll take it out of your neural implant. And he's like, well, you won't be able to get it if I destroy my brain.
So
I destroy my head. So he's holding the grenade to his head, and he starts backing up across the bridge again.
Yeah.
And he's like now standing in the middle of the bridge with a grenade to his head.
And they're like,
which, by the way, if you were trying to you could also just jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
what are they gonna do? Climb down there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I should have just had you find the line from the movie and say it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's holding the grenade to his head, and then oh gosh, how does this twist happen?
You hear Ishmael's harmonica.
That's right. Yeah, earlier Ishmael was playing a harmonica. Now we're hearing it again. And Bishop looks back, and Ishmael is now on the other side of the bridge, which means that even though he had a thing gouged out of his neck on Trajan's side of the bridge, now he's on this side of the bridge.
Yeah.
He was trying to find them
from behind something, and he's playing the harmonica.
Yeah, and he's like very dramatically playing the harmonica, and he's alive. And then you see like from behind snowbanks on the other side, a bunch of like native, like people who live on the surface. I mean, they're all Native Americans, but they're all carrying like guns, and they're pointed at the other group, and they're like, they're standing there protecting. I keep wanting to call Bishop by the actor's name. I don't know why I remember the actor's name better than Bishop.
Because Bishop is very generic.
Well, actually, Bishop and Ash are the names of the androids from Alien and Aliens.
Oh my god.
So this is
okay.
Found that out on IMDb.
When I made this whole they want to be the Aliens crew so bad, they actually do.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I only found that out during the recording when I went to IMDb earlier. Anyways,
I guess I just want to make sure it's kind of clear how this looks. Like on the side of the bridge that would lead back to the underground area is the troops, aiming at Bishop and Trajan's hologram Trajan, which by the way steps up onto the bridge, which is kind of crazy.
What? Yeah.
And so Bishop is on the middle of the bridge, and then on the other side, the side towards the dead zone where Bishop came from, Ishmael and the Native Americans are on that side.
Yeah, and they're holding like traditional real-world guns, and these guys are holding electronic guns, and the other guys are holding electronic guns, and they're like at a standoff. And I don't remember exactly what Ish says. He says something cool.
Does he say anything?
I'm pretty sure. He says something about like, I survived because of my new friends. Pretty much as soon as you left, my new friends came and saved me.
Right. Which
Something about that.
I'll be the one to ask the question. Why is Ishmael also now against the government?
I don't know. I have no idea. What did they tell him that changed his mind? He has no personal stake in this.
Yeah,
I guess he sees his buddy like being held hot. Like, I don't know.
It's like everyone knows. It's one of those things where once one character learns it, it seems like everyone knows it.
Yeah,
because that's the only way that
knows.
Trajan can know and try and betray Bishop so fast, and that's the only way Ishmael can just also be.
I mean, to be fair, if you and I were working for a government and you and I separated for a while, and when I came back, you were being held at gunpoint by the government, I'd be on your side.
Yeah.
But we don't really get to see them be friends at all, so I have no idea how deep that connection goes.
Yeah. So,
anyways, they're about to have like a sick gunfight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Trajan yells at his troops to fire.
Fire! And they all they pull the triggers and they go, huh? Why aren't my guns working?
Nothing happens.
And the electronic guns are not working.
Yeah, and Bishop looks at them and goes, "Welcome to the dead zone, mother beep." I'm not supposed to swear on this channel, but yeah. And so then...
Actually, can I just say, he's calling back to an earlier time in the film when that is said.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dead zone, mother effers.
Yeah.
Such a clever line.
I'm so glad that they threw back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all the bad guys are just acting like video game AI. They're acting like bad guys in the Batman Arkham games when you disable their guns, and they just stand there looking at them like, "Whoa, what happened?" And so they're doing that. The Native Americans are, firing their guns and killing them, and Trajan is just yelling the whole time, like, "What's wrong with you? Fire! I said fire! Why aren't you doing so? Blah 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 blah."
Yeah, and then our boy Bishop walks to the other side when.
He drops the grenade into the chasm and starts running, back the way he came towards Ishmael's group. The grenade explodes, destroying the bridge, and it's just an awful CGI explosion.
Yeah, it looks terrible. And
great.
He ends up on the other side. And I got a question about this. So, that was an electronic grenade. It works. The hologram works. The guns don't work. But earlier, they threw away their guns when they got to the forest on the other side of the bridge because that's when their guns stopped working.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So now...
Yeah,
the
dead zone reaches out to
sometimes
suddenly stop the bad guys conveniently.
Yeah, so he's on the other side of the bridge and he has a monologue about Mara, I'll live your legacy, something about doing right by the Noids, right. And then we see this pan over of it starts with Bishop and Ishmael, and then it's a long pan across all these Native Americans and Noids that are part of the group who were shooting, but none of them were named or even in the movie until this point. So why are we seeing them in the pan?
Because...
they're all looking out into the sunset.
Diversity.
And
it's just, hey guys, this is my group. I roll with them. This is my
group now. None of them have names. None of them have characters. None of them have any lines. The camera pans by them like we're supposed to go wow, the team's back together. Who are they?
Oh, and by the way, in this pan that again started with Bishop and Ishmael, don't they see the group with Ash and the child walking off again?
Yes.
So it's wait, did you guys come back to start walking off again?
You ran all the way over there so that you could stop and watch them from a distance.
Monologue. But yeah, I should also mention that once all the bad soldiers are dead and it's just Trajan's hologram, he just yells at Bishop some more before, like, hanging up. Like, I'll get you, you'll regret this.
I'll get you, I'll send someone, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's the, like, I guess...
set up for a sequel.
Not even that, but just, like... I don't know. I just wanted to make it clear that this was the ending of the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
The pan happens.
And more B-roll of the ice, and then credits.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well.
Just that
so no,
group
no
is
real
walking
conclusion.
in a direction, and Bishop and Ishmael are now with the native surface
Native
people.
Americans and the Noids.
The other humanoids. Yeah. 2307 Winter's Dream.
So there's no real conclusion.
Nope.
Well.
It just kind of goes until it ends.
Just goes until it
just
stops.
ran out of
Kind of like
steam.
every plot thread in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta get my daughter. Not your daughter. Oh. Oh, I don't. They're like, oh, there's Nazis really bad. Oh, she's dead. Oh.
Yeah.
So,
We have to get him. We have to bring him back. Bring his body back. I'm gonna drag it all the way. Oh, Trajan doesn't care.
Yeah,
Oh.
Trajan wants me dead.
this was a real ride.
Real terrible movie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What a
guys-
romp, huh?
You guys took me to some strange places.
We spent twice as long talking about the movie as
As
the
the
movie's
movie.
runtime. And let me tell you, we also spent more than 10 times as long thinking about the plot.
Yeah.
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 I'm sorry that I couldn't be the hero that anybody deserves.
You tried to say
You did try your best.
That's all we can grow on, I guess.
you try sometimes, you won't succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was...
So, on a scale of 1 to bad, how bad do you think this movie was? Connor?
12.
Oh.
Well, Rogue, you saw the movie too, but sounds like you kind of zonked out halfway through.
I don't remember the end at all. I don't know what happened. Well, I remember...
I think you may have fallen asleep, which, to be fair, the first time I saw this movie, I fell asleep.
No, but here's what I do remember, is I remember the little girl being like a Noid baby, a born Noid baby. But I don't remember, like, any... I don't remember...
I'm still thinking about the Noid from Tom.
You just do like a Photoshop or something.
Yeah.
One for the
sent
thumbnail.
a picture of the Noid during the recording.
Yes.
I
One for
just
the
needed
thumbnail.
us to be all on the same
page.
Yeah.
Yeah, perk us up. I guess I'll say bad, and I'll just, my concluding thought is, like, it sounds like so much happened, but, like, nothing really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
So this-
like...
And that's why it's kind of weird,
Yeah,
Like, it is kind of a weird movie.
Yeah, I just want to be very clear that through this whole recap, when I wasn't speaking, my mouth was just open. And not like in a what kind of way, but more in a...
Like you're looking for words.
Like, I'm just trying to remember what, like, thinking is like
Where we've
again.
been.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I keep going back to, like, the movie Interstellar to reference this kind of thing, but that was the first movie in a while, Interstellar, where it really kind of hit me like, whoa, there was a whole big plot arc that happened and resolved itself, and that was like an hour ago, and, like, the movie is just continuing on and going somewhere else. Like Interstellar, when they, go onto the frozen planet and find Matt Damon's character. Like, that is a whole big event that takes
That could be its
20,
own
30
movie.
minutes. That could be its own movie. But that instead, it's just, like, halfway through Interstellar, and a lot more happens after it.
Yeah, a ton happens before, a ton happens after, and there's just this middle part where there's a whole movie going on.
Yeah, you get that same kind of feeling from this movie, except like
Nothing
much
happens.
worse.
Yeah, much worse.
Yeah.
You know.
I do. Okay, so we've basically talked about the movie. Oh, this recording went really long, but let me say, aren't we also doing something on our channel with you guys to kind of coincide with the release of something? I don't know if you're gonna break this up.
Yeah,
I was gonna make this one.
I was gonna do it
probably 3 parts.
Oh, 3 parts.
2 parts, 3 parts, whatever. I don't know.
I guess I was thinking just 2 parts, cause.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll make it work. It'll be
Yes.
But yeah, you guys are gonna be on our channel.
Yee,
Is there gonna be a card in the corner?
Card in the corner.
Yes.
There we go. Now there's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boop.
And maybe a card at the end or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll do a link. I think you can do that.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
We'll post it as a video reply.
Oh yeah. When they did those.
Man.
Yeah, give us 5 stars.
Oh my goodness.
5-star
all
ratings.
that old stuff that's like a decade.
Refresh.
5-star ratings get the most likes.
Front page of YouTube every single
midnight.
night. Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming to our channel.
I hope you enjoyed our retelling. I can't wait to show you the movie.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, we'll do a retrospective.
Yeah, next. Yeah.
Okay, you guys could do that at like 2 a.m, and I'll just...
No, I'll do it later. Maybe in February I'll show you the movie.
Just kidding. Anyway, so thank you for coming to our channel. And thank you, Rogue, for also helping me with this. I thought we were in this together, and then you were... giving me a tour as well, so...
And then she was also lost.
I was also lost.
Yeah.
So...
At a point.
Her tour bus broke down halfway through.
Yeah.
Kind of like the movie.
Yeah. So... okay. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.